Didn't happen like that. It took me a minute to notice it. It was holding me back. It's time to move on to bigger things. Can't live in the past. Moving on to future me. I wonder who she will be. I can't help but think that there is something more to find, more to life than what I have right here, right now. Used to call it stable, now I call it stuck. Letting go, yeah, that's tough, but maybe it's all for the better and it's meant to be. Like it was always meant to be. It was always meant to be.
This podcast is for informational purposes only. Hosts Ash and Kenz are not mental health professionals. We share personal experiences, not professional advice. Topics may include sensitive subjects like mental health challenges, self-harm, and suicide, which may be intense for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised, especially for younger audiences. For personal concerns, please seek help from a licensed professional.
Anxiety can take many different forms. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, feeling anxious is a normal part of life. Many people worry about things such as health, money, school, work, or family. But anxiety disorders involve more than occasional worry or fear. They go on to explain that a generalized anxiety disorder is a mental health disorder that produces fear, worry, and a constant feeling of being overwhelmed. It is characterized by excessive, persistent, and unrealistic worry about everyday things. Other anxiety disorders include panic disorder, social anxiety disorder, and various phobia-related disorders. To learn more about anxiety, check out our socials at Let's Talk About It KA.
Hey guys, it's Ash.
And I'm Kenz.
And this is
Let's Talk About It.
So today we are doing an episode about anxiety.
Yes.
And this is our second episode, and finally we are in our studio.
We're actually in our studio because for our first episode, we went
room.
vlog style, okay? We went different. I know this is very unconventional for a podcast. Now we're in our real setup, okay?
Yes.
Now we're back in our flow. But today we're going to be talking more about, like, anxiety disorder, like generalized anxiety disorder. That's how me and Ashen bonded and was really the reason why we started this podcast actually in the first place. So we are going to give you the truth, our honest opinions. We're going to talk about medication. We're going to talk about panic attacks, anxiety attacks, and we're going to share some funny stories along the way. So with that said, should we talk about it?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Don't you guys love when we do that? Isn't it so
So
great?
that's so smart.
But I think none of this could have happened if we didn't meet.
Yeah.
And a lot of people recently, what's been going around is, oh, I would have never met this girl if I didn't do this. So I'm so grateful that my parents decided to pick up a show from Nickelodeon called That Girl Lele, because I would have not met like one of my best friends. And this podcast has and is making us so beyond close.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for that, actually.
And then who would have thought that it would become this, like,
I know.
this podcast and this idea. But before we, like, actually get into our story times, and we're going to take a little bit more time with this episode just because it is so, like, anxiety is so broad and we really want to be able to, like, cover as much as we can.
Mm-hmm.
But just, like, a little disclaimer. Obviously, we have our disclaimer in the beginning. But I do want to say we are not professionals, and I'm going to emphasize that here. We're just giving our honest opinions and our experiences. There are also many different types of anxiety disorders. There's panic disorders. There's all sorts of different things. Today, we're going to be focusing on generalized anxiety disorder, which is both what me and Ashlyn are diagnosed with. So we're going to be talking specifically about that, but I want to let you know if you look up the symptoms and you are feeling any of those things or having similar symptoms, just talk to someone, talk to a doctor, talk to a psychiatrist. If you're not close with your parents, you can, when you go to your wellness appointment, you can just tell your doctor, say, hey, I'm struggling with X, Y, and Z. Do you think you could help me out? You know, or talk to a trusted friend. So just want to give that a disclaimer.
Also, something really important is just because you're hearing us talk about
Absolutely.
it and some experiences we have, please do not self-diagnose.
Yes.
Self-diagnosing can be very, very harmful, and it could actually damage your mental health to the point where you do get diagnosed with something that you never had in the first place, and that's something you want to avoid. Being diagnosed, this is something I really want to say, having mental health problems, it's not a flex, and it's not, oh, I want to bond with people. It's a real thing. So And it's a hard thing to talk about and even share. Some people don't even want to talk about it or share it. So just because you hear us talking about it, yes, you can relate to some things. And we are going to actually talk about the difference between being nervous and anxiety, because that's something I was talking about with my therapist yesterday. We want to make sure you guys know the difference so you're not confused and you're not diagnosing others or yourself. And we're not here to tell you what's wrong with you or what is this, what is that. We are telling you what's wrong with ourselves and how we're fixing it.
And if you happen to be diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder, maybe you can relate to some of these things. But I'm so glad you brought that up, because today, when you listen to this podcast, I don't want you going, home and being like, oh, so because I'm hearing this, and this means that I have this. Yes. No, this is just our experiences, and hopefully you can just gain a little insight. That's the main goal. But I want to actually start, I have a little outline, but I want to start how we really started this podcast and what bonded us, because that really was anxiety.
It was anxiety. I wanted to help people, and I wanted to just be recognized for something, because I feel like when it comes down to applying to colleges, that's where I'm at. I'm a junior in high school. We both are, and oh my gosh, it's hard, and it's so hard to figure out something you've done and just share it. But I wanted to do something. I was talking to my mom. I was like, maybe I could do a nonprofit. It's not that I don't have anything against nonprofits. Obviously, I support a bunch of them. I just don't think I could run one. I need so much to do that. And I'm like, I just can't. That's not my field. Yeah. And I was like, I talk a lot. I go through a lot of stuff. And I was like, podcasts. And I was like, okay, who's my co-host? And my mom's like, what about Kensington? She's so nice and she can do it. And Kensington can help you. And I was like, you're right. Kensington can totally help me. And I was like, I know she talks about mental health, but I was like, would she understand? Then we went to a concert.
Oh my gosh, this was the best story. So we went to a concert together, and this was, we're gonna jump around, but we're gonna talk about medication today. This was your second day on your medication.
I think my third or my second day on medication. Yeah.
I'm on medication too. I've been on it forever. I understand.
Yeah.
I know what that feels like. And so we were bonding over that. And I was having a lot of social anxiety. I was having one of those moments, and I feel like you really helped me, and we just stuck together. My favorite part, this was my favorite funny story, is they check your bags when you go to play or whatever.
Guys, I literally smuggled in medication.
Because she had her medication.
I had the bottle. I didn't think to take it out of the bottle, and I literally just took it in, and they didn't
check our bag.
It wasn't anything bad. You would rather have me medicated than have me go.
No, it was her prescribed medicine that she talked to her psychiatrist with, and it she just needed it.
I had to take it. I couldn't. Yeah.
She had to take it at a specific time, so I was like, okay, I'll put it in my bag. So that was funny to me.
Why didn't Ashlyn take it before? We don't know. Why didn't she put it in a plastic bag? I feel like that would have looked.
That actually would have been worse.
So. And we shoved it in her bag.
It barely fit.
I don't even know if they asked you to open it.
I don't think they did. Because I was scared. I was like, please don't ask me to open my bag.
Or they just looked over it.
So they were whatever.
Because I was just like, oh, I need to take my medication. And it's a hydroxyzine. It basically helps when you have panic attacks or when you're really anxious. And for me, I can't sleep, so I get really, really anxious. Yeah. Which causes me not to sleep. And so I need to take hydroxyzine, which makes me feel really drowsy, so I can just knock out and I won't wake up throughout the night. Because I would wake up, I think, around 4 to 6 times throughout the night.
Gosh.
Yeah, so I always take it ahead of time, so when I go to bed, I'm not, I can just, sleep peacefully. And then, I think it was on the car ride home when I asked Kensington, hey, do you want to do a podcast with me? And
I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
What do you want to do about it? Sure, let's do it.
Let's do it.
This has been so great for me. I'm so happy that we did this truly.
I'm so happy, too.
Okay, basically what I want to talk about next, because I love that. It's we really were able to bond. I think what I love about this story is we didn't realize that we were both going through that.
Yeah.
From the outside, it looked like we were fine.
Yeah.
When I looked at you, I'm like, oh, you've got everything together. You're so cool and chill. And then I'm like, wait, no, you have anxiety too. And it was reassuring to me to know I'm not alone.
Yeah. And from the outside, I've said this so many times. Girl's angel. She looks perfect from the outside.
So do you. I don't know what you're talking about because I'm a hot mess.
I'm a hot mess. We figured that out.
We're a hot mess together.
That's fine. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, I wanted to, since we're talking about anxiety, what was your actual anxiety journey? How did you get diagnosed? What was that like? What was it like asking for help? I mean, I know we're going to do an episode about that, but like...
Asking for help?
Yeah, like, what was that moment for you, like, when you realized, okay, my anxiety is getting to a point where it's, like, really bad and I need to tell someone? And, like, just your overall journey. You want to hear?
So my thing, actually, it's been 5 years. I was diagnosed my 2024, my junior year, so coming into high school, is when I was finally diagnosed. But we've known I'd had anxiety years prior. They just didn't want to diagnose me. I don't know why. It's probably because I have had over 4 therapists, so that might be it.
That makes sense.
Okay, so I hope I get this wording right, and I'm not going to try and mess it up this time. Basically, in 7th grade, it was during COVID for me. It was 2021, I think. No, 2020, just 2020. And if you're Christian or Catholic, you know in the Bible there's I think 7 plagues.
Oh, yeah.
And, oh my gosh, these people on TikTok just were really feeding into it. They were like, Jesus is coming back and the 7 plagues are here. There's an illness spreading through. People are dying. I was so nervous about like dying because I was like, oh, I'm not ready to go be with the Lord because he can't approve of me yet. Like, I'm not there yet. That basically was a big trigger for me, and I got this fear of death. And a lot of people think my fear of death came from when my dad died. So I just thought I was so scared, and after that moment, I would just have these little moments where I would just have these flare-ups, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then finally, it was that girl Lele, and I've never had guy friends like that before. Like, I mean, never. So we had guy friends in our friend group, and I was just so anxious. I was like, they're not gonna like me, something's wrong with me. And then also I was struggling with an eating disorder at that time. Like, I was just getting things thrown at me left and right, so it was really hard to just kind of juggle everything. So at first I thought I had social anxiety because I wouldn't talk, and I was so scared, but it's me. Like, I don't have social anxiety. I talk too much out of anything. So I would go through this feeling of you're talking too much, you're not talking enough. And then what made me notice that I had anxiety, I didn't know overthinking and anxiety were the same thing. I thought overthinking was a mental illness, guys. I was really uneducated. So I wanted it to stop because I overthought every tiny thing. Yeah. If you breathe the wrong way around me, I promise you hate me. Like, I promise you. So
dangerous.
I know.
I've done it to myself.
It's so bad because you're creating unnecessary drama.
Yeah.
Not even for yourself, but for the other person. That could cause the other person to feel like a bad person. Because you're like, oh, what did I do? Like, you guys didn't do anything. It's me. But became the therapist friend, and I started getting really into psychology. And I had to separate in my head, and I'm still having trouble separating the two, is being nervous is not a long-term feeling, and it's not a feeling of, oh, you're nervous, everybody hates you for that amount of time. Obviously, if you do something to make everybody hate you, you're going to be a little nervous that everybody hates you. But if you're creating these paranoid thoughts in your head and making up situations, it's most likely anxiety. So,
and anxiety is like, it's dread.
It's literally
like impending dread. It's like really, like, if you look at it, like the textbook definition, like, if you're just like nervous about a test, like, that's not impending dread.
Yeah,
like, that's normal.
Someone with anxiety would be like, I'm nervous about this test. And for me, if I don't pass this test, my grade's going to tank. This college is not going to accept me. My GPA will not go up. My mom was not going to love me. Like, I could go on and on and on and on and on. Obviously, my GPA, it's not going to tank because I have other ways to get it up. Obviously, my mom's going to love me. Obviously, I still can get into colleges, but your anxiety is not, it doesn't help you. It's not a good thing. So, near the end of 8th grade, I went through these experiences with the girls in my class where they all just turned against me. Yeah. And that's when I went to school, on my tippy toes. It's like I walked on eggshells every single day.
That's awful.
Yeah, they were really, like, problematic. There's worse things going on, you know what I mean? So I was just like, what is going to happen today? You know, it was a feeling of anxiety and anger because I was like, you know what? Come at me, I literally was like, no, come at me. Although in my body, when any of them walked around, it literally felt like everything was, like, just falling down, and I literally could not even inhale around
Oh
them.
my gosh.
I still had that face and I had that attitude of, oh, you want to say something, come at me, because even though you're anxious, your personality doesn't go away, and that is my personality. My personality is not going to let you say whatever you want and you can, walk all over me. I could be literally peeing my pants, and I would rather have you say it to my face and me and you talk it out than me walk away because I'm scared. I'm not going to put my head down because of how anxious you're making me feel. And I thought I was just nervous.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I admire that about you.
Oh, I don't take it. Literally a group of them surrounded me at nutrition, a group of guys, and they were like, F you, you're a snitch, you're this, you're that, you're this. And I'm like, I was like, oh, you want me to be a snitch? Like, I took it in a way of...
That's horrible.
Oh, it was so bad, but...
Ashlyn, I'm so sorry. Who does that?
Well, I was so just anxious to even walk past that group, and the fact that happened, like, my overthinking was like, oh, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and it did happen, and I was just like, oh, like, that sucks. So then I just stopped going to school for a while, and then finally I was like, Mom, I want to be in therapy, because I thought it was cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was so cool, and my mom was like, you need a life coach. And I was like, no, I want a therapist. She's like, no, you need to be inspired. You need to have goals. I was like, okay, I'll take it. So I had a life coach. I loved her, which is very rare. We didn't really talk about my anxiety. I just thought I was nervous again. And then finally in like 9th grade, I was like, oh yeah, like I'm always overthinking. She finally told me overthinking is anxiety. And I was like, oh, that makes sense, And I was like, still always on edge, still really anxious, but I was more stable with myself and who I was as a person. So that type of anxiety that I had towards that group of friends and whatever went away, but the fear of death never went away. So surprisingly, my father passed 3 weeks into my freshman year on September 7th. And you're probably like, oh, that probably triggered you and it's probably like skyrocketing your anxiety. No, it did the complete opposite, and that's the weird thing about anxiety is it's like this weird little, to me, I see anxiety as this weird little, like, tree, and it just, at any moment, it can just, like, wrap its, like, branches around your neck or literally push you up. It's so odd.
That's such an interesting, that's actually, like, such a good comparison. I love that.
Thank you.
That's Ash quote. That's so smart.
Ash quote. We have a lot of those.
Wow, that's very profound. I love that.
Yeah,
it can help you. It can help you, drive you. It can inspire you in ways.
Exactly. Is anxiety a good feeling? Well, no, but it helps me. Yeah, and that's my anxiety journey. It's still here. It does not go away. Anxiety is not something that goes away.
So I'm really, really proud of you for like expressing that and sharing that, because that's something really vulnerable and I think also very relatable. So like know that like, okay, like these thoughts I'm having, like the overthinking, like that's just not that it's normal, but like I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Like other people can feel this way too. Even if you're not diagnosed with an anxiety disorder, they understand like, okay, I felt nervous, I felt anxious once in a while, or I've overthought things before. Yeah. So I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. Do you feel like when you were just going through all of that, like, how was that for you? Like, just, like, tell me about it. Give me some insight.
It was so hard. I'm going to be totally transparent. It was rough.
Yeah.
I would say, like, I was probably, like, 12 years old when it started. Yeah. It was during the pandemic. It was actually, like, right after I had finished drama club, and, like, I was, like, stepping into Lele. So it was, like, about that time. And I don't even, like, know what triggered it. I think it just, I don't know, I got these like crazy panic attacks, and it just like, it was almost like similar to like a panic disorder where it's like it almost like appears out of nowhere. It was similar to that. It was like it felt like an out of body experience, and it was scary because I thought the thoughts that, and it went on for like a good like year and a half, and so I was like I'm never coming out of this. Like, this is my fate. I've accepted it. Yeah. And, like, I'm just going to live like this for the rest of my life, and I'm going to be miserable. Yeah. And that's what I had come to peace with, and that was a horrible mentality to live in. And then I was able to, like, actually get help. And I think that was like the scariest and the best thing that I did, because the first thing I did was I told my parents. That was the first thing I did. And I'm really proud of myself because if I didn't tell them, I would have kept all that bottled in. And honestly, I'm the kind of person that like, I can't keep something bottled in. Like, I'm really good at like, if you tell me something that's very personal and private, I'm not going to share it. Like, your secrets are safe with me. But if there's something going on inside of me, like a mental, like I had a bad day, you're going to hear about it. I can't keep that inside. Okay. That's different. And so I tell my mom, like, oh, I had the worst day today. Like, I can't just not tell someone that, you know?
Yeah.
So I had to tell my mom, and I was like, I ate out. Like, I'm struggling.
Your personality plays a huge part in it.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I did the complete opposite.
Yeah, and it was so interesting, like, I didn't realize that I had an anxiety disorder. My mom was like, oh, what you're having is a panic attack. And I was like, no, I'm fine. Like, I'm fine. And I really tried to convince myself that I was fine. Now, simultaneously, when I was about 13, I think at that point, my brother has like a psychologist. And so at that point, I did not want to go to the psychologist, okay? My parents were like, I think you need to see a psychologist. I'm like, ugh, okay. And like to anyone whose parents are doctors, I applaud them so much. Or like if you know people who are doctors, I give you so much credit. Thank you for like doing that act of service to save people's lives. I was terrified to meet with a psychiatrist. Like I really was not having it. And basically like we went through all these tests. Like, okay, I came in and like I did this like you had to like press the dot, you know, like the dot test. And if you see a dot, like you press it. So they tested me for all sorts of things because they're like, what actually is going on? Why are you feeling this way? And they diagnosed me with generalized anxiety disorder, and that was such a rough diagnosis. And I went through the rabbit hole again, that anxiety. But at this point, like, it's hard for me to even like remember the feeling because I blocked it out completely because it was just so, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Like it was not great.
How old were you? I'm so sorry.
13. And so he put me on medication, and I was able to like find a balance, and that was at 13 years old. And simultaneously, now this is the cool story. Simultaneously, I was auditioning for Inside Out 2. And
I love this story,
I didn't know that, like, I didn't know that it was Inside Out 2, okay? I thought it was just, like, it just said Untitled Inside Out Project. I had no idea. So, I was so excited, because literally that's my favorite movie and my favorite character, so I was like, okay, I love this. I had no idea.
It was going to be, like, the second main movie. You thought it could be, like, a little...
I thought it was, like, a game or, like, a toy. I had no idea. And then I ended up getting the scratch, and at that point I was in Rome, and I had to fly from Rome to New York for 24 hours to record the scratch. They sent me the script, or, like, they sent me my lines, and I told the director, I was like... And that was the first time, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it, that was the first time that I saw the sketch of anxiety. That was the first time that I actually saw the drawing of her.
That would freak me out,
And I was like, wait a second. I'm not the only one feeling this way? And I was like, literally, I was like, I don't understand. Like, I thought this was just me. Like, I truly didn't understand. And I was like, what? And I had never even thought that other people could even feel that way. I truly, deeply thought there was something wrong with me.
Which is insane, because it's literally like the part was made for you. Because just think about the timing and just like the framework of how you figured everything out when you were diagnosed, when you were medicated, and now you're playing this part. And it's like, no matter what, I think in any universe you were supposed to have that part so you can figure out some part about yourself. And I feel like you guys are going to hear actors, oh, I connected this way, I connected that way, and you need to prepare. This is not even, like, a different type of connection.
That felt like meant to be.
No, like, that's, like, but, like, anytime I hear the story, I, like, reprocess that. That's, like, it's not even, like, oh, yeah, you worked hard for that. You worked hard for it, but.
I know that I kind of focused a lot on, like, the hard things that I went through, but I want to show you that, like, there's another side to it, okay? So that initial anxiety, you're not alone, okay? That's something that I learned, and I wish that I had learned sooner, so I'm telling it to you now. You're not alone. Everyone at some point in their lives feels this way, or they're going through something hard, you know, they are grieving the loss of someone, they have depression, they have generalized anxiety disorder, whatever it is. No one is perfect. No one has it all together. We are all struggling, and we are all, at the end of the day, just trying to make it through the day.
Even if you don't have a mental illness, like, you're struggling with something, like, you know, we're exhausted. Like, we just had to deal with teachers, we had to deal with coaches, we had to deal with parents, we had to deal with people on the road, because recently some people on the road have been insane.
Even though I've been on medication, and when I was in Rome, I had a really hard time because I had just started medication, and I was like trying to find the right dosage, and it was really hard, and I was having a lot of anxiety of being away from home, and I wasn't with my friends, and it was hard. I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of anxiety. But I was able to kind of like find my way. I found my correct dosage. I was able to talk to people. I started therapy. That was amazing. And what me and my therapist have talking about lately, because like we said, the anxiety is going to be there. It can be less, but it's still going to be there. It's just a way of managing it and using it. So what she's been teaching me that I want to teach you guys, because it's helped me so much, and you actually said something like very similar. It's like, she calls it like the intersection. So it's like, where are you overestimating the problem? Where are you overestimating how everything could go wrong? Okay, I could fail this test. I can't get into college. I do this. I tell her this all the time. You overestimate the gravity of the situation, and then you underestimate yourself. You're still going to have tough days.
Yeah.
There are still going to be days where you feel anxious, and there's going to be days where, you just have a rough day. Everyone does, no matter if you have anxiety or generalized anxiety disorder or not, okay? So I want to preface that. Someone on our live had said that they paired their medication with breathing exercises, and I think that is so smart, because you can't just expect, okay, if I do this one thing, it's going to be gone forever. So I love that you said that. Something that I do, like when I'm in like a mental breakdown or a panic attack, anxiety attack, I do like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. It's like, okay, 5 things I can see. 4 things I can feel, 3 things. I mean, you can switch it up, but it's like basically your 5 seconds or 5 senses, and you go through the list. That has helped me so much, because you're taking the focus off the anxiety, off your mind, and you're putting it into physical, like, okay, feeling. And there's this girl, like this ASMR account that I watch on TikTok, and like she has these like anxiety attack videos. She's like, okay, hi friends, like how many fingers am I holding up? And I know that sounds like silly and almost like, wait, like childish, but it really is getting back to the basics of what can you see in front of you? Take a deep breath. What color is this? Yeah. I know that sounds silly. It helps so much in the moment.
But basically, what I have to do is the ABCs.
Ooh.
So we have accumulate positive experiences. Oh. So to manage your anxiety, you want to surround yourself with positive people, like things that make your environment like good, so things you like. So you want to do things you like, surround yourself around positive people, and constantly be trying to, do something good for yourself, because if you're around negative people, as in negative things you don't like, obviously your anxiety is going to be triggered. So that's just one way you can stop that. That's A. We have B, build, master, keep improving yourself through developing skills and growing your confidence. So
I love that.
While you're you need to keep moving, although you have this big blockade, you need to keep moving, keep going through it, and you have to keep growing as a human being, or you're just going to be stuck. You still have to improve the person that you are, because you could look back and be like, oh, I have not gotten anywhere since 8th grade, and that could cause a really big anxiety attack or panic attack, and that's something we want to avoid. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
And then cope ahead. Try to identify your anxiety and try to stop it ahead of time. So a good thing is this. By the way, this takes a lot of self-control. You want to.
You have to just start easy, start slow, work yourself up to it.
It's hard. Like, you want to basically identify when you're about to get anxious or when you're about to have an anxiety attack and stop it there.
But you have to be your own best friend in a way, and like be there and be like, okay, this is so weird, and just like bear with me on this one. Okay. I have like, I'll talk to myself in my head, and I'll be like, okay, because like I'll have like this side of Kensington, which is panicking and having anxiety. I'll be like, then there's this Kensington, like the 2 shoulders.
Yeah, I have it too.
It's different though. It's like, okay, there's like anxiety Kensington, and there's like, okay, take a deep breath. Everything is gonna be fine. Everything is gonna be fine. And really trying to like calm down this Kensington. It's so funny.
Oh yeah, but as much as like that, like, that other person on your shoulder, they have like everything like to just work against you. And something that works for you to make sure you really like fight off that little anxiety side of yourself is medication. Don't take it from your friends. Let's be clear.
Bad idea.
That is bad. That is doing drugs. Doctor, psychiatrist, that's basically your only options. Literally, your therapist can, maybe you should recommend, but he, whatever, cannot actually give you anything. So please don't take like Xanax or Lexapro or Prozac because you think you have anxiety.
Please don't do that. That's
Yeah.
not a good idea. That'll make it worse because at the end of the day, like, just having an outside perspective, it's like you need someone to help you like get antibiotics for like when you have like a sore throat or whatever.
And
like,
finding your dose is so hard.
so
like,
hard.
It like, oh my gosh, like wasn't it? It like literally, it's like
so
it
hard.
feels like you're on your period. Because
Oh my, yes, that's exactly how. It makes you think you're crazy, and like until I found the right doses, I was off my game.
Exactly.
Off my game, and I was filming. Absolutely. And never ever take something unless you have a diagnosis or someone has said that you can take this and it's prescribed. Also, if you don't feel comfortable like going to a psychiatrist yet or going to your parents, when you go to your doctor, you can always ask your doctor too, you know, like when you're your checkup or whatever it's called, ask them. They will know. They're there to help you. Remember that. Okay, also real quick, because I know we have to wrap up here, we have some really funny medication stories, and I think we should share them.
I think it's just so ridiculous how we're trying to like help ourselves, and we literally can't even take the freaking pill to help ourselves. How? So I have a fear of death, as we know. And I was like, oh, this is laced with fentanyl. Don't play. I was like, who's out to get me, you know? I literally felt paranoid. I was like, oh, no, they're getting to me. They're getting to me.
It makes
I was like,
you're having anxiety.
the CVS pharmacist, they're out, you know? I was like, someone slipped in it. Like, there's something going on. I had to talk to my friend, and she was like, Ashlyn, like, it's fine. Like, you're going to find your right dose. You're going to find this. I go, are you sure it's not laced with fentanyl? She's like, no, just take it. You're fine. You're fine. She's like, Ashlyn, it's not laced with fentanyl. It's like, you know what? It's not laced with fentanyl. I can't even remember the first time I took it because I went to school, guys. I took the pill in the morning. I'm driving to school. We're in my English class, and she's like, okay, let's move to the library. We're walking, right? The cold air hits me. Ugh, everything's in like slow motion, and I'm just literally like, oh, and drowsy because my body's never been medicated for something unless I'm sick. And I was like, oh, this is too much. Like, this is too much. And then, I was like freaking out because I thought I got laced with fentanyl. No. And I was in the library and I was literally like just daydreaming and dozing off because I was so scared. And then finally it hit me and I was like, oh, I'm perfectly fine. Like, girl, you're not laced. You're living. You're breathing.
This is okay. So because I was not medicated yet, I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder, I was terrified of swallowing pills because I thought it would get lodged in my throat and I would choke and die. So I made my dad blend up smoothies.
Disgusting.
Every single night with the 5 million vitamins that I took during the pandemic because I got all of those natural, the quercetin, or I don't even know, the wellness formula. Yeah, like I got like a vegan fish oil. That was like, I can't be doing the real one. No, we're doing vegan fish oil. And even the vegan one, even the vegan cruelty-free fish oil was disgusting. Okay? And I would taste it in the smoothie. And then I had these frozen vegan cupcakes in the fridge. They weren't supposed to be frozen. You're supposed to like microwave them. It's like, you know, those like Hostess, like those like the black cupcakes. It was like that, but the vegan version, and I would have them in my fridge ready. So after I pounded the vegan fish oil smoothie because I was scared to swallow them because my dad blended all of the vitamins up, I would eat the frozen cupcake to get rid of the taste. Ashlyn,
disgusting.
I did this for a year.
What?
Yes. My anxiety was so bad. So
a year. That's 365 days
of this every day of the vegan fish oil nonsense. Yes, Ashlyn, it was horrible. It was. I'm telling you. But the best part was when I actually got my medication. I cried for an hour and a half because I was afraid to swallow a pill that was this big.
Guys, it's, by the way, the 5. Like, you start on 5 most likely.
Yeah.
Baby, that is barely a...
No,
it's like,
I was worried that it was going to get lodged in my throat, and then I was worried that I was going to die, and then I was worried that I would never be the same, and that I would, like, spiral. As soon as I took the pill, I've been able to swallow all my medication. I've been able to swallow 3 pills at a time. Mm-hmm. I've been able to swallow 4 pills at a time. I don't need my smoothie anymore, guys. That is my medication story. And that is how I know that my medication worked, was because I could swallow pills again without blending them up in a smoothie. Question. Now that we're on the topic of mental health, I had a panic attack last week and it wasn't fun, as I do tend to struggle with anxiety. What is your advice?
Oh,
Ashlyn.
Having a panic attack, it's this out-of-body experience, so you have to do as much as you can to control yourself, and no, it's not fun, you know, and it's so hard to even just recognize it and snap out of it. So when I'm in a panic attack, like, I won't talk, like, I just sit there and I'm, like, shaking. Literally, you want to feel things to make sure you feel grounded.
That's really
So I literally was just, like, holding his hand, and I was just like, oh, because, like, he knows, like, anytime I get anxious, I have to, like, play with something.
I would say, like, finding some, like, touch. I know that sounds weird, but, like, looking at things, breathing, touching, like, getting
Breathing is hard, but
getting your 5 senses involved. Do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do the ABCs.
it's hard though. But I would say the easiest thing to do is, it's like sleep paralysis. You want to find something, touch it, pick it up. That's it. Just feel grounded.
Deep breath, and know that it's not going to last forever. The moment will pass. You just have to let it, and it's all going to be okay.
But also with anxiety, you want to do things that actually physically calm your body down, because it's not like, obviously, it's all of this is mental. So it's all mental. So sometimes you want to shock your body and make you feel something. So going outside, swimming, yoga, maybe running. Oh, art,
drawing.
When I'm anxious, I've been assigned to draw. So it was more of like a homework assignment for me, but it really works. Recently, my sister got me a coloring book. I love coloring books.
Take a bath, skincare, sleep, get those 8 hours if you can. I know it's busy and people are living big lives out there, but get those 8 hours if you can.
After you try to do things to calm yourself down, maybe just try sleeping it off. But when you're anxious, don't just go to sleep immediately. Don't use sleeping as a coping mechanism. It's actually really bad.
Yeah, you'll just wake up the next day worse.
I think that's really bad for you. So try to calm yourself down before you go to sleep, or you will be waking up in the middle of the night like me. So
yes. You know, something we try to do in every episode is, like, we do like a takeaway, or like something that we're gonna like something that we learned in this episode, and then we're gonna go out and actually do. And I love what you said of, like, finding the right people, because, like, for me, sometimes I surround myself with, like, the wrong people at the wrong time. So, and that's something that I'm known to do, and I'm really going to try to stop that and make sure that when I'm in a vulnerable state that I engage people that are uplifting.
My takeaway is, when you're just, like, anxious or in a panic attack, you need to use your body, like, shock your body, you know. It's all mental, so take a break from trying to mentally control yourself, and take baths. I love baths.
Thank you so much, NVCS. We love you so much. Thanks for letting us use your space, as always.
Yep.
We love you guys. You're amazing.
Love
Thank you
you
for the work
guys.
that you're doing in the community. And we'll see you guys back for another episode. Thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk About
And if you need help, call 988.
Yes, for 24/7 support. And don't be afraid to ask for help. That's a sign of strength, not weakness. Just keep that in mind, and, you know, you got this. You got this. And we love you.
Bye, guys. Next, look at these bugs. There's so many lotuses, and I'm like, locusts. Hey, guys, it's Ash.
And I'm Kenz.
And this, I'm sorry, I'm itching my head. Oh, hit that.
Chest hands.
Anna Grace. So I only take baths.